Up. Search
Going
Andy.
in. Going in.
We're going in.
Game is up. All right.
Ow.
Cheers, Destro. I think that means happy birthday in acrylic. I'm not sure.
I don't
Is it?
quite see it.
We're in.
Maybe. What perspective are we going to take?
Whoever's on offense, we'll watch it from chase cam. Guinness has got fame.
I think Guinness is got is receiving.
Yeah, it looks like way.
So inducements wise, nada. Am I missing
Oh, yep.
something?
Guinness did get fame from the fan factor. That's going to be great.
You can't. Can you? How do you get inducements in this if we've all got this?
You can't. You don't.
TV?
You don't.
So, where'd that wizard come from the other game? Oh, that was the game we were playing before that, wasn't it? No, never mind,
Yeah.
ignore me. You'll blend one and the other after you watch 8 Blood Bowl games on the bounce.
All right. Let's see that straw poll again. Did we get any updates here? All right, so it looks like 2 votes is leading. So 2 casualties from him, and then 3 is the next one, and then none, but he'll die trying.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yep. So in the World Cup, there are no inducements, Prague?
I knew that.
Okay. RTSD. I'm surprised he's left his ghoul just hanging out there, and they didn't tuck it in next to the wolf, because I think he's rather telegraphed where he's going to get the blitz.
Well, Guinness has clocked that, of course, and Tacklesaurus is lurking away on the left wing there, licking his chops, isn't he?
Yep.
So there we go. He is looking to blitz that ghoul for the removal.
What it has done, though, on the flip side, is it has split all the Sauruses up. Quick snap.
Good stuff. Ball's kicked deep. That's going to be okay, because if the skink fails to pick up, we won't use the reroll there.
Yeah, unless it goes against the edge of the pitch, in which case he's got to re-roll it.
Well, does he doesn't know where it's going to bounce whilst he's deciding whether to re-roll the pickup, does he?
Well, it's quick snap, so he's all his moves flares first, and then it'll bounce, and then it'll be the start of his turn.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
And he will have to use the reroll now.
So RTSD immediately thinking, cracking kick. And that's good enough.
Oh.
But he's okay! He's okay!
Going to survive. A little small positioning error by RTSD is not going to get punished, but the blitz coming out. The split SARS. But no problem. I don't expect the Necromantic team to base the Lizard team anytime soon.
No.
So not a big deal.
I think we might just have seen where RTSD's blitz might be. Yeah, he's had to follow that up. That was a big 1 in 9 potential, because if you'd have rolled Schoolboth down there, you're obliged to re-roll it, and the ball pickup becomes very dangerous.
3 dice from the Crocs.
3 die. Pretty much clockwork.
Disappointing results on the blocks so far for the armour, holding up 100% there.
Well, that's the thing, right? I mean, the Lizard team, though threatening, that can dominate the midfield like this, they're not going to get too many armor breaks because, nobody would Mighty Blow or anything like that. Would have been nice to see it on some of these zombies, but regeneration, not too huge of a deal here.
I've lost one of the zombies. Where's he now?
There's one in front of the Crocs.
Oh, fine, right, yeah. They pushed one, didn't they? Yeah. red shirt number 1. Yep, found him. Oh, and Sierra picks the ball up without fluffing it. Now that was a bit of a relief for Guinness there, I think.
Yep, no reroll necessary there, so that'll be pretty good stuff. Have you ever seen it where someone has just missed that pickup roll and then it goes into the middle of the pitch and they'll see the other side has just run away with it afterwards?
Well, you drop it off the end and it ends up anywhere, doesn't it?
Chops up in the middle of the field.
If you
at that.
Because I know I haven't seen it. I know that everyone will re-roll that. I have never seen that. They re-roll it and it still goes out of bounds, and then the ball gets thrown in a horrible spot. What a nuffling there.
So just to point out the obvious for the viewers, because they can't count the squares. Now I was about to say that Guinness had positioned the ball completely out of range of the 2 wolves. He's now in range. Well, he can stand next to him, but he can't actually do a blitz on him. So, quite happy to allow a remote possibility of Wolf going to stand next to ball.
That may be a baiting maneuver there, because sure, the werewolf might be able to mark him, but he's gonna do 2 GFIs, and as I've always said, if you make your opponent make the rolls, that's a good time.
Yep. Fair point. He's unlikely. RTSD is unlikely to get anything great from it, even if he did roll all the dice. So he probably won't do it.
The thing about marking it right there is it would be great if there was more to it, if you can get more than just a couple of werewolves back there, but just 2 werewolves. Skink. I mean, you might make the lizard do some maneuvers himself, but I mean, it's all just kind of a maybe, and then suddenly you're out of position, and that's not necessarily what you want to do in this high profile game like this. I mean, especially against such a great player like Guinness here.
Interesting that the golem blitz there. I think this is really what we were speculating about before, that the Mighty Blow Wolf, all fine and dandy, but setting up 2-die blocks that don't end up in uphill frenzy traps, challenging against lizards because of all the strength they've got dotted around. And I think that's what was motivating RTSD to not bother using the wolf to blitz.
Right, and another thing to consider is the foul too, right? You don't want to end up getting your guy fouled.
He is quite reasonably protecting the living daylights out of him, because also without block, James the Wolf, or Little Jimmy as he's known, he's quite vulnerable.
And of course, without the Mighty Blow piling on Claw Werewolf, it's almost like this should be an almost not easy win, but it should be a easier time for the Lizard team. So without him on the pitch, it just makes this game so much easier.
He's pretty much the only threat, isn't he? Yeah, absolutely.
Still say no problem. You would be welcome on the show at any point if you do get your microphone sorted out, and I'm sure we could get someone to move into a different voice channel with you who could talk to you in French if that would help. So it'd be lovely to have you on, but if you can't get the thing to work, I absolutely understand.
And we could definitely do a menage a 4.
We won't have enough money for pudding for everyone, though, will we? Jeez, man, we've only got $50 here. I'd have to go back to America sometime. I do like America. It's very nice.
It's very friendly, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. AstroTour and Durano, if you want to talk to Silsey, maybe you can get his microphone up and running. Feel free. I think he's just said that he might be in the channel, so that could be possible. This is a very tight defence from Guinness, isn't it?
I think what it is that he doesn't want that werewolf to get that blitz easily off, and if he does, then be ready to get the foul off. So I really believe he's just protecting himself against the claw and the mighty blow and all that jazz. As we said, that's his hugest trump card, and if he loses it early, then that would be bad. So right there, the way that Guinness is lined up, just protecting him.
Do you think the guard golem is disincentivizing Guinness from going full toe-to-toe at this stage?
No, I think it's just a werewolf. I don't think he wants to give the blitz. I mean, it really all comes down to the activation of that werewolf and whether or not he can get those injuries out. I mean, that's Guinness's hugest fear and worry at the moment. It's just if that guy goes, ham on you and just gets lots of injuries, then you're in trouble.
The other pressing question I've wanted to ask you is, what exactly is in gumbo?
It is a lot of stuff, actually, and could be anything you want, really. Normally you'll see sausage, rice, red beans sometimes.
Do you get anything weird, though, like crocodiles or, that kind of stuff?
I mean, you could, but that's the thing about gumbo, right? I mean, you could put anything you want in there.
So what you're telling me is it's basically stew?
Well, stew kind of implies more soup, and this is kind of a very much like a pasty kind of soup, I guess.
A bit more viscous.
Yeah, it's a lot more viscous, yes.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah.
Oh, now Rex points out crocodiles. Do you know what's happening again? We're not talking about the game, are we? This is totally my fault. I'm so sorry. It's hard to break the habit. Right, the game.
I don't think I want to talk about the game now.
What is a 2-if? I've got to find out. You talk about the game for a bit. I'm going to look at what a 2-if is. Apparently, my new favourite band is called Peaches. It's useful to know.
Like Geldof. You could stick the golems just on a diagonal for the two sauruses, and then try and cancel out the ability for assists to come in. And if you stuck them on non-block sauruses, you'd sort of force the issue a little bit.
Yeah, the thing about it is that the Lizard team, though they do have 4 strength, they don't have much guard, right? So you can stick your flesh golems like kind of what he's doing there, and just make it to where you take away any assists, and then suddenly your movement, your aggression towards the cage is not going to be too punished.
Yeah. I think we're going to see we'll see a follow-up here now.
Looks like a no to the follow.
Oh, okay. Slightly puzzled by the no to the follow there, maybe. I don't know.
I guess not wanting the flesh golem to get hit by the mighty blow crocs, I suppose.
Because if you follow that up, the Saurus that's lying down gets to blitz that guy. Then you get to block that guy, and if he doesn't go down, you've either got to activate the crocs to block, or you've got to dodge the Saurus skink away. I'm a big proponent of you either go in or you go out. You don't do half in, half out, because half in normally gets punished because they throw all their blocks. And
fucking hell, really?
Go on. They either throw all their blocks and then they manage to reform, or whereas full in means that it's really difficult to throw all in. Yeah, okay.
It's producing a giggle every single time.
So we've got an injury, but it's regen.
There you go, and that's kind of the thing, right? I mean, lizards might be able to get some hits in and get some armor breaks with some injuries, but the regeneration, so good. And it's just a zombie too, right? I mean, it doesn't really reduce that much the effectiveness of the defense.
No, at this point you can still go all in, can't you? And everything's fine.
It's like the hokey cokey, isn't it?
Are we
Andy's
talking about
puzzled.
the game anymore?
In what way is it like? Well, in, but anyway.
Has Guinness left 2 dice on the ball here?
No, your horse impression is very good.
Thanks.
Has he left 2 dice on the ball? Where has he done that?
No, he hasn't. He's split it all out.
Well,
he hasn't finished making his moves yet.
If you'd have stayed as tight as he was, that's a problem. Oh, come on!
Nice, and that's actually going to be a big key piece right there. So this game just got a little bit more difficult for the Necros.
Yeah, that's the problem with only being half in.
it's a risk he's willing to take.
You get thwarted like that, and
yeah.
Go on.
No, I haven't got. I'm finished now. I've got nothing else.
We'll give it half an hour, mate.
Stars was able to snap it off because he was only halfway in. Sure, Rex.
So, are we going to see a bit of dogging action from RTSD?
Well, he has left a potential doggy blitz on now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What you talking about? Literally a cage dive down the east flank as we look at it. Is that what you're
Me?
spotting? It's not very nice odds. I mean, it's a 6+ to dodge in.
Oh no! I was looking at what his options are. Now, if I was allowed to pause this, I would tell you what I'd do here. So, guard white to there. Guard white to there. Zombie there. Zombie there. Yeah, so zombies there and there. Guard white there.
Aprog says, what happened to the golem? And, well, block guard golem, Montgomery, the expensive one, KO. Which
meant you could get 2 dice there as well.
Is probably one of the worst results because you've got less of a chance to come back, or at least an even chance, I suppose.
So we're probably going to see the werewolf action now.
He needs 2 more assists though, because the guard Saurus is going to get in the way. For me, if you were going to do that, I would have wanted to chain. The guard white would be 1 square across to the right, and then you've made a T shape, which meant that you could then chain block into his guard Saurus, pushing it in front of the zombie, meaning that you could then get 2 hits in this turn. Oh, here we go! First hit! Armor break! And we've got a break! Well, I think we're almost going to see an auto boink.
Nicely done!
Now,
oh my goodness.
What is the immediate problem now facing RTSD having done that?
It was a much needed armor break into KO, but the werewolf is so wide open.
He is, but Guinness only has 11. So will he commit a skink to fouling it?
I would.
I think this is the opportunity, but as you see, the zombie on the right side taking away some of the assist areas. Might see a blitz on the zombie on the right just to get a little bit more assist on the foul. I don't know. I mean, I think I'm in the camp of yes, foul that bastard, get him out the game.
Well, I mean, if you're feeling really adventurous, Crocs blitzes the flesh golem. I mean, that's really adventurous. Moves him out the way. Saurus blocks the white, and you've got 1, 2, 3.
You do this.
Three assists.
I mean, as you can see there, I mean, he's so big, right? The claw, palm. I mean, just right there. I mean, you can't let that werewolf do what he just did just then. I mean,
notice it was actually claw and mighty blow in combo with palm that did that KO. If we have a quick look at the block dice injuries, so he rolled POW, which was fine. He rolled an 8, which he's using claw to get through the armor. Then he got a stun, so he re-rolled it into a 7, which, because he had not used the mighty blow, then caused it to turn into an 8, which is a KO. So it was all 3 skills in combination to cause that.
yes, indeed. So there's the blitz here for the foul. I'm telling you, this is the thing here with Guinness. I mean, he's so good positionally, and it always seems like he never misses a beat here. It's like it's almost as if he's got a whole team or something like that, just talking him through this or something. But it's just like he's able to just have this positioning and then getting the foul off, and I mean, just doing the maximum here.
It's a big gamble, but is it worth it?
I think it's absolutely worth it.
If it works, it's worth it.
Even if it doesn't work, I don't even care. If the skink gets fouled and gets fouled out and doesn't do anything, it was still worth it.
I think he's decided against it based on all that Darkest of Shadow Saurus move there.
No, I think that's actually saying yes, I'm going to do it.
Yes, I am going to do it.
Oh right, so the skink actually. Oh right, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah,
So with
he's
3
had a little
assists,
shuffle.
This should pretty much guarantee. I mean, unless he rolls just snake eyes here.
That goes there, and that comes in.
The tension's palpable.
And this is what really is.
Oh my God, he's left it.
He's left it. Okay. Wow. Has he?
Yeah, he's not going for it.
No.
Well,
he's going to do it. Huh?
Oh, he is going for it. No, hang on.
No.
No.
Yes. No. Yes.
Yeah, no.
He's toying with the crowd.
It's armor 7, 6, 5. It's armor 5.
It's in, out. Ooh. Half in. Shit.
Oh my God, he's left the Guardsaurus is absolutely nailable at this point.
I think he's gonna. He's got 2 more movements in and out now. So.
I think he knows what he's going to do, and he's just pissing around.
Yeah, I think he's just like, hey guys, I'm not gonna do it. Yes, no, yes, no.
He needs to put that. He needs to put this. Yeah, he needs to put the skink where it was.
There we go. Big move. Big move. And
yeah, it will get the stun, but not too much more out of it. But of course, the werewolf is in a horrible spot here, and it's gonna be. And of course, the only way the Necros can save the werewolf now is to just get base to base with the Lizard team, which plays into the favor of the Lizard team.
Chain pushes him out.
So
you can actually, with a tackle wolf, get around the back. The skink that's behind the Croxigore, you could then push into either your wolf, if you so choose, or the Guardsaurus, which is causing all sorts of problems, pushing it into your players so you can get a free extra hit, but you also get to hit and try and take out a skink. And I like that play. That would be my play.
it would risk leaving the tackle wolf glued to the Crocs, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you could take it into the Crocs and push the Crocs into just forwards, and then you'd get to hit the Crocs into the guard one, and then push that back. So I think you've got options here. But
well, don't forget the Crocs does have block, so you've got to knock it down. Otherwise, you're immediately regretting that, because with block and guard, you don't want the Saurus basing up your big lads, do you?
Well, you wouldn't. You would just get pushes, and that would be fine. You can be fine on pushes.
Some tough choices here for RTSD, as yes, there is a push combo to hopefully free that werewolf, but do you really want to deal with the Crocs? And that's the tough part here. Coaching decisions at this point.
Looks to me like you're setting up to blitz the baby Saurus trail of fire on the east side. Maybe.
So blitz here. I kind of like this play a little bit more. It's still, the claw does still activate if it does get the armor break here.
Now this is 2 into 2 uphill.
It was,
1
yeah.
into 2 uphill.
Yeah, okay.
Oh boy, this is gonna be rough here. So that werewolf is gonna really get it the next round. The blitz on the zombie right there opens up yet another assist.
Yeah, you can get almost a full. Pack
Yeah,
of
full
assists.
wraparound almost.
Yeah.
Full what? Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, just leave him out to dry. Wow, RTSD leaving the best weapon here right in front. That may be something that RTSD might regret watching this game afterwards.
Calculated risks, and they haven't really paid off. Perhaps. I mean, yeah, he got a KO Crocs from the first move with little Jimmy the Wolf.
I think if anything, right, you do those blitzes a little bit more at the end where the Lizard team has to progress the ball up. Therefore, even though your guy might be in a bad spot like it is now, at least it would take them positionally some moments to get to the foul. Maybe they might not be able to get so many assists, but with RTSD committing so early to put that werewolf down right in the center of the pitch, I mean, it's just inviting not just 1 foul, 2 fouls, maybe even a 3rd foul. I don't even know. But at this point, I mean, he's going to get its fouled a 2nd time. I don't even care who the heck you are. I mean, it's gonna get fouled.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
And that's why I'm a little bit curious to see RTSD getting that werewolf down right there in this early bits of the game, instead of just waiting until the 5th, 6th round for the blitzes. I like that he was very controlled with getting the blitzes off with the flesh golems early on, but then right there it was just like, oh, I really want a Saurus, I'm gonna go for it. But now you're hanging your piece.
Yeah, I think there was a different way of doing it, but
Well, I think we've left Jimmy the Wolf off the hook there a bit.
yeah, I think we could see little Jimmy getting up at some point and being a nuisance again, as he's wont to do.
Yeah, Johanian, I think he was feeling the pressure of trying to get more removals on, so. There you go. So Guinness is actually thinking about getting the score and guaranteeing it. So he will leave the wolf alone.
He's not really, yeah, I was about to say, he's not about to leave that wolf a free prize, is he? Surely not. What this has done is it's gone and left that Saurus. That Saurus can't get up.
Oops.
Ooh, okay. Zombie tags both of those out. And then you're pondering, can I get a werewolf blitz again? And I think the answer is no.
It looks like it's just going to be a screen coming out. At least he will be able to save the dangerous werewolf.
Yes, of course you can get 3 in here. 1.
But again, this is why I like Guinness's play here. As a Blood Bowl player, I mean, I I have to say, you know, his position and his decision making on these positions is so good. I mean, like, just one of those guys where you make a small mistake and he tends to jump right all over it.
Here become another wolf blitz. It'll be 2 into 1 though. So I think we're going to see guard guy goes there. He's left a massive fucking hole if he does this. He's left a hole that big that.
Well, no blitz. Massive hole for
that's
the skinks.
too big a hole. Turn 6, that's just too big a hole.
Yeah,
that doesn't even require blitzing to move through. That's just go and stand. He'll be stood on the 12-yard line at this point, if not further forward. Where can you get to? Yeah, the cage will be there pretty much.
Yeah, and not only that, but since the cage is right there, another foul might actually come. I mean,
possibly. I think you'll just see that wolf will just get. Has he got enough resource to put a Saurus on either side of it? Possibly. Or even the Crocs. Just go and whack the Crocs on it because it's strength 5. It's also got guard. And then you make the cage out of Sauruses. Or Sauros, as they are known.
The Saurai.
Never gets old, does it?
No. Oh dear, they shouldn't have such a Sauros, should they? That shouldn't be funny, but it is.
So here, Guinness really has a lot of options. I mean, he could do what you said, just put the Crocs right on top of that werewolf there, just pretty much isolate him and make it to where he's nullified on the pitch, or put the Croc score right on the werewolf and flesh golem and blitz down one of these guys here.
It's Yanni, and for me it's 1 or 2 blitzes. Well, in fact, there's 1 or 3 blitzes really on the board right now, and you've got to make your mind up on which one you're taking. The first is the Saurus that's just moved, so this is just cancelling out one of its options. Was going to blitz the werewolf block and tackle. The second option on your blitz is to blitz here, free, just to give this Saurus back to you. And the third is this blitz here, to try and give you the skink back and give you someone else that can go and stand on the werewolf. They're all valid, and I think it's positionally which one do you want to pick. I think out of mine I would probably take this one, and I suspect that this is the one that Guinness is taking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to see a Croxior. Yeah, so that zombie's now irrelevant. That zombie will be irrelevant if it falls over. That zombie is pinning something, so not quite relevant. That zombie's got 2 turns to get back into play.
There we go, and it will be on the werewolf that the blitz is on.
Okay.
But just the push.
And so he's trading here a score for a blitz on a Saurus. There's no way you stop the score now. That RTSD's turn 5, where he chose to go after a Saurus, and he left a big massive hole, was the catalyst.
Yeah, and unfortunately he didn't even get it due to the 1 in 36 too. Pretty much going to get the score here. At the very least, hope for a big injury coming out on the blitz with the Saurus, on the Saurus with the werewolf. But
yeah,
this is it.
If you trade this into a straight injury, I think you're still slightly behind. If you trade it into anything else, you're massively behind.
Yeah, and of course on the pitch himself, RTSD knows he's going to get scored on, so that's kind of why he's going after the Sauruses at the bottom part of the pitch.
I don't think you can stop the score whilst there's this many Saurus to protect the ball.
Yeah, and I definitely like this idea right here. Just go for these injuries for the last couple of turns. Lizard team is not going to score it until the end, so you're going to have a couple of turns to get some of these hits off and hopefully be able to break armor.
Massively behind in terms of the game, Tector. Yeah, would you trade a 1-0 disadvantage for a Saurus casualty? Well, not if you started the game, you wouldn't. That's a terrible trade. They won't be getting up, everyone will run away, and that's the end of turn 7. Turn 8 will trade out that there's nothing left to blitz, so nothing will happen, and turn 8 will be a walk-in score. So the next 3 turns, I'm afraid, are a bit boring.
Yep. Well, I mean, at this point, really, RTSD kind of needs to get Saurus down, otherwise his plan in round 5 was pretty much moot because you're pretty much allowed to score easily.
Yep. The only bad thing that can possibly happen to you here is the Crocs goes Bonehead. So for me, the Crocs moves now, because if you Bonehead the Crocs, you can't leave him hang out to dry. He survived. Would I try one turner without the with the wolf? Yes, absolutely. I think I would, personally.
All right, so gonna keep all the skinks under wraps, and just gonna be the Saurus, and they're likely gonna stay down here, so no need to stand right back up to get hit from the werewolf. So gonna force at least a foul coming up from the zombie.
The fighting chance that the Saurus will just be fine. No dirty player.
No, I think I would throw the foul here. Because you've got 12 players. So you play for 12 players. So I would throw a foul.
And they are on the back foot here. I mean, they need to at least get some sort of injury here. I mean, even another KO, that would be great, because chances are he'll only get 1 out of 2 stars back, right? So you need to try to make it to where it'll be a little bit of an easier second half if you can hope for one.
Elected not to foul. Interesting.
Yeah, looks like no though.
Apparently, Physics got his own movement. That there's some sort of march going on. I think it's Physic Pride. So is that in San Francisco this year? Sounds great, mate. Best luck with it.
1-0 is Guinness. The Lizard team scores it extremely easy after the failed 1 in 36, but man, that was just because of trying for the hits with the werewolf, stretching out a little bit too far for it.
Now notice the KO rolls. We had the KO roll, which was one of the most important players on the Necro team with a guard block. Golem came back, but the Blocksaurus did not.
Yep. But still the end of the first half, and still has another chance at it. But yeah, that could come back.
If it was the other way round, I think Guinness would really have this game by the nuts. But as it stands, depends if he comes back for the second half. I think. Do we think Guinness? Do we think RTSD has got it in him for a one-turn touchdown here? It'd be very difficult, wouldn't it?
It would be. He might not do it. He might just go for killing stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he could definitely try for it. I mean, 8 movement allowance, I mean, it's still tough, but I mean, it's not too crazy. But of course, no dodge, no 4 agility. It just makes things a whole lot more difficult.
God. So you'd need to go 1, 2, 3, 4.
I kind of don't think RTSD is going to do the one-turner.
6, 7, 8. And you chain push him out the end here. Whack, 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 whack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Necro team.
1.
Will it be an all undead matchup in the next round, or dead?
It's on. Oh, put that back. Put that back there. Or you can come in this way, do the same and bounce it that way, but that's much harder.
And that's definitely a good point there. Just put the claw on the line and get 2 claw hits. One of them is going to be piling on Mighty Blow, and the other one is just going to be a claw activation, hopefully, and then, well, it will activate, right? And
yeah.
hopefully be able to get something down on 2 hits.
So I was looking at the long chain push through. For me, it's there. It is on. Whether an RTSD will play for it, I don't know. RTSD does play Norse an awful lot, and I know that he knows how to one turn very reliably with movement 7 and sidestep and movement 8. So I know he knows how to do it.
That, yeah. He could actually get the push combo past the skinks and walk right by it.
Yep.
Didn't he also have a period where he was playing Orcs for quite a while? In OCC?
I'm not sure. I'd like to see him use the block tackle the block tackle wolf as the one-turn threat, not the little Jimmy wolf, because the little Jimmy wolf should be going on setting up for another hit if something goes wrong.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. as if he heard you.
Consolation move, yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely the better wolf to do it. Although, I mean, both these wolves are actually quite good, right? I mean, the piling on Mighty Blow wolf being the one that takes the stars on, but the tackle and black one takes on the skinks, right? So both of them actually pretty important.
Yep. So what he'll do is he'll try and generate a sideways push to the empty square, and then block sideways pushing forward. He's got to be mindful though of this square here. I don't see how you fill this square in easily.
I might would have flipped the screen too, please.
Sure thing. So the square that bothers me in all of this is that one. I think it's that one. Push, follow. Push. Yeah, the wolf. This wolf needs to be offset by an angle.
It's like RTSD struggling to find the placement.
Ugliv questions only the one white. Yeah, I asked that same question earlier, Ugliv. It was the limitations on how much you got to spend to build the team, and it was either drop a ghoul or drop a white, and the ghoul was slightly cheaper anyway. So
Yeah,
it was
or
that.
drop a reroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things. The Necro team had to choose what they wanted, so every Necro team that started had to make some ugly choices. Quick snap. Looks like it's going out of bounds.
Oh, a quick snap
like
out of bounds, possibly, with a free quick snap. Wow, this could be a game changer.
It could be enormous. Could be massive.
Wolf there, white guard thingy goes there. Step, everything else steps forward. That square then becomes fillable instantly. You can then push. You've already got one of your pushes. This is very doable now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Indeed. This is this could be what RTSD needed, because if he's able to score, obviously second half is his offensive try, and he could just hold the ball and get this touchdown by the end.
For greed, go there, please. Just for the greed of it, go there.
Well, I think what Stupid Puppy is alluding to, quick snap, the best way to stop a one-turn touchdown, is that in your excitement, you're suddenly forced to rethink what you've spent last 3 minutes setting up, and often
Boink, boink, boink.
it can happen that in all that excitement, you actually put yourself in a worse position and deny yourself the possibility. How often does it happen, though, right?
Yeah. In my World Cup game,
so
I actually
true.
didn't use the quick snap particularly because I knew how to do a one-turn touchdown movement 7 with the position I'd been presented with, and I didn't want to fuck it up by quick snapping and then causing myself a problem. So, because not many people play for the quick snap.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I hate it when that happens, to be honest, because it's like, oh no, I just set up for the one turn the way I did it and quick snap, and then you start moving your pieces around. Oh crap, I just fucked it up. So
Great. 1, 2.
So, I mean, I'm rubbish at one-turners. Breaking news. So who's the right elf? Spock the Wolf?
Yeah, the tackle wolf will be the one that he's pushing through.
So is he's going to have to make a go for it to get the ball to him? I'm guessing that Uhura the Ghoul picks it up and then hands off, right?
Oh, he could have gone
yeah,
there.
I mean, this is
That should
since
be
it's
there,
on the
that
left
should be there,
there. I
then.
mean, the ghoul.
Oh,
It's actually
now we're in throw zone.
I might have to throw it. I guess I can't blame him there. The sure hands pick up and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The way that he's going to get pushed, it would still be a 3+ by an interception try.
Needs 2 pushes. 1.
Why
Why would you do that?
Actually, no. Okay, he's pushing him down. And
I don't get why you do that. That's a misplay. He's taking too long of thinking about this for
yeah.
this to not... What?
Oh yeah,
What?
he screwed it up. I think. Yeah.
Oh no!
You've got me all revved up there.
He couldn't see it.
Oh, RTSD. Oh no.
I mean,
Yeah,
I ain't criticising because I just can't do these. Save my life. It never really crops up when you play an orc.
Oh no.
Boy, that's too bad. I mean, it was still doable from there. It was just, I mean, yeah, he had to take a little bit more risky actions, but he kind of, yeah.
I think the bit where we started going A up was when Uhura the Ghoul moved, and we figured he was going to be doing the picking up.
Yeah, I'm a little bit shocked that the Ghoul moved there, and.
Well, we've got the benefit of we're just sat here with a thumbs up our ass watching the game, not having to actually play it. So that's a big thing.
Yeah, very true. I mean, at the moment he's only got 3 minutes to decide. So I mean, I can't be too overly critical, but unfortunately, no armor breaks anywhere. Oh boy, that's just. And he messed up his opportunity for a one-turn touchdown. This is just. Oh wow!
Hold on. One of the Southern Hemisphere's finest legal minds has entered the room. Fashbinder, how the devil are you? It's been too long.
Fash, you want to come and say hello?
He's thinking about it.
Throw it to the cracks. Nope.
Well, I'm sorry to see RTSD. I'm sorry for RTSD there. That was unfortunate. Saurus is back. So it's as you were at the beginning of the game, except Guinness has scored his offense.
And then one of those things where Quick Snap probably screwed him up. I mean, I think he was going to do it, and then Quick Snap was like, "Oh, I'll just take advantage of it." And then suddenly he's like, "Oh boy, I lost the combination that I was going to do." And then only 3 minutes to decide to figure out how to do it, and then actually couldn't find his way.
Darren, modesty forbids him saying any more, but is keen for Fash to know that the Orcish Nation were victorious earlier this evening, with Durran beating Winter's Wood Elves 2-0.
Yes, indeed. And so far, whoever has voted 0 for for the hitter to get anything is in the lead.
What was victorious? Durran's Orcs, mate. Durran's Orcs won.
I don't know, Duran. You're like console and PC player. I don't know if you really count as a solely console player.
So
how? Well, all the elves died basically. They just
all
got
of them
proper fucked, and then it was just 2-0 Orcs. Marvelous.
It was literally all of them as well, wasn't it?
The tree was left, but it was bent out of shape after being stamped on for 3 turns.
Yeah, what's up with that? See that? Rex got you, Duran. It's like playing against all these AIs, and Duran was like, World Cup's gonna be easy.
Right, well, can RTSD chin a Saurus or not? Because if he does take... I think the tipping point here is 2 Saurus. If he puts 2 Saurus in the red box, then I think overtime is possible. And that'd be good. Or he needs to hunt down and kill all 4 skinks.
Yep. So unfortunately for RTSD, the KO'd SARS does come back after the first half and gonna face a full complement defense against Guinness's, and Guinness, he's again position. He's one of those coaches that pretty good with the positioning, and if you let him have it, a full team on his defense, you're gonna be in for a rough time, and this is gonna be no different. So this is gonna be very difficult for RTSD to win from here. But of course, if the piling on Mighty Blow does activate more times, then that would be really great. But of course, again, Guinness would have to misposition himself and somehow allow this frenzy Mighty Blow claw piling on bastard to just roll through and get his way. But I just don't think that's going to happen.
See, I think he will take out the block tackle Saurus this turn with the piley on one. Because you put zombie there, third player there, possibly the other ghoul, and then you get 2 into 2 to try and nail that. The only challenge is this Croxigore here. I think I'd go here. Yeah, he's in fact, I think he's going to do exactly what I suspect, I think. It's always nice when people do as you hope.
Because now you sound like a genius, right?
Well, yeah. Or there is just one good viable play, and that is the play that they're going to take. Let's see.
Let's see what Nuffle has for us.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
Scum's sister suffers an injury. Oh, it's a skink. Oh, he's out of here.
Yeah, looks like I wouldn't use the apple there either. So
you're getting questioned by the crowd. You're not saying that this is all tied up for Guinness, are you, fellas?
Me? No, not at all. Not at all.
I think you misunderstood the sentiment, folks.
Why did I say it was all done? No, absolutely not.
Look at this, and RTSD is actually going to follow up here for the claw activation. Look at this. So RTSD is putting the
bounce him into there.
The gauntlet down, as it were.
Yeah, good play. Oh no! No!
Oh yes, nice.
Yeah,
unless you're going to go after that.
Is Jimberly the Wolf going to step up and actually do something? He's got the skills. Can he put them into action?
Disappointed with that. That was the block. That was the block.
Gonna blitz here with the Flesh Gom to get him out the way.
That wolf is in a lot of trouble if he doesn't knock their Saurus over.
No pressure. Oh no.
Yeah, I almost thought that.
Shitloads.
I almost thought that the white was gonna do the block, and then he was just gonna blitz with the werewolf instead. But
Yeah.
he blitzed with the Flesh Gom, and so now it's almost like you almost have to do this 2-die block with the werewolf, which could land you in a lot of trouble. Oh, but luck. It's fine. We're all good here. 50%. Might as well. Nice
Oh, and he's
little
got
guy.
him. He's got him.
Oh, nice.
And finally, the
Very nice.
Ooh.
Oh, it's a big injury. So, Apothecary comes out, but no, the 50%. He's going to continue to stay out. Oh gosh, that's tremendous.
That is big. So that wolf now is public enemy number 1, 2, 3, and 4 at this point.
There's the first injury. Luckily, though, it's still just a level 1 Sars with no skills. But I mean, wow, that, as I've said before, I mean, Lizard team, they're such a different team when they're down 1 or 2 Sarses, and even more different when you're down even more than just 2. When you're down 3 or 4, because it's just so much more untenable. The midfield, defense, and all that other stuff.
Oof. He's now down to 9. This does RTSD. Sorry, does this favour RTSD now?
I don't say I would say it's favored, but it is easier because the Lizard team can strike back. But if I was a gambling man, I would definitely put my money on overtime at this point.
Yeah. 100% agree with you. This has got overtime written all over it at the moment.
But RTSD, I mean, like, I think still not out the woods. I mean, he just definitely wants to make sure that he doesn't get too injured up by the Crocs of the Stars line. I mean, the zombies still can get crushed, right? I mean, you could still misplay and have your werewolf hanging. You can get fouled by the skink still. I mean, at this point, the Lizard team was pretty much how the last couple of turns was for the Necro team in the last bit. It's just like, well, if you're going to score, then I'm going to try to do as much damage as possible. So that might be the play here by the end.
Yeah. Oh, we've had a couple of extra follows. Just want to say thank you very much to Phoenix Rogue, Ajax, and Lortano Potts.
I'm just having a look to see if they're actually in the viewer count, and they're not. So I don't know if they're actually real. Oh well, thanks anyway. It's
nothing wrong with that.
Zombie
inching closer to the 3,000 mark.
I don't know. The bot ones don't seem to stick because we had absolute tons the other day, and yet the total count didn't really jump much. So don't know. All very mysterious.
Yeah, well, they could have followed in thereafter. I believe there's a setting or something. If someone follows you, you automatically...
Oh, you what, sorry?
I think there's a setting where... I think there's an automatic setting where if someone follows you, you automatically follow them back. It's just pretty much to keep up with the courtesy, because normally when you follow someone, you kind of appreciate if they follow you back. Oh. And they have an automatic service where you can just do it. They'll just do it for you so that you don't have to think about it. And I think that's why these automatic follows kind of hit you, so that you will just follow them due to your automatic bot or whatever.
Okay. Avery, are you someone I might know? Oh, we've got a knockout.
Oh man, this is looking more and more like how the Wood Elves fell. The throw rock coming out.
Yeah, the throw. I think like the thrown rock was actually a big decider here because it suddenly meant that he's now down. It's 8 versus 11, and this is huge.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're just Lizard team's job. I mean, right now it doesn't look too bad, but once the Necros decide to move the ball, the difference of numbers is going to be totally present. But still, RTSD still has to play this one correctly. He can't misplay this one.
It's hanging by a knife edge. Metaphor's like a good. I made a metaphor gumbo, you could say. Awesome.
I just want to say here, that I didn't say this was done. Just FYI, I didn't say this was done at all. That's not what I meant.
My lord, I believe it was my learned friend, Mr. Fashbinder, that introduced that concept to the conversation.
Ah.
Spock!
Well, what happened to Spock?
Got KO'd the werewolf with the tackle.
Oh, okay.
And there you go. I mean, the Lizard team, I mean, like I said before, it's made easier for the Necromantic team, but if the Lizard team strikes back, and right there, I mean, Guinness is just saying, okay, look, I'm not afraid to make risks either. And this is also what I like about Guinness's game here. It's just like his positioning is so great, but when cornered a little bit, then he will do these dicey moves and he will go for it at times where he may be out of it. So I mean, I really like his playstyle a lot, where some people may just continue to play overly conservative and then they just see themselves out of the game. But now it's just, I'm going to go ahead and get the blitz with the cross score. I don't care if he might bonehead. I'm just going to get this blitz off with my mighty blow on his armor 8 and hopefully get the removal, and he does.
That is, of course, conservative with a small c.
Right, so I think we're going to see. I think we might see that wolf getting up and doing a blitz this turn.
One can only hope, because he needs to live up to my 2 prediction for the casualties. He's got 1.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
I said 3. I think I've lost my money there.
Just get him up clean and clear, I think.
Okay. So, if you need a POW on 3 dice, looking for a straight POW, you require 50%. Oh, I thought he was going to go for a skink. He's not. He's going to go Saurus hunting again.
Ah, it's going to be the one blocked.
Yeah.
Don't forget, though, the piling on Mighty Blow doesn't... Could get 1 in 9.
He could. He very much could.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens.
And it does require a GFI afterwards.
Okay.
Oh, he's going to re-roll it like that. Get the armor break. Does he want more? Oh, why am I even asking?
And the wolf leaps on him, and he's fine.
Boink denied.
Denied, but did get the armor break. The stun, as you've always said, it's also quite good, and he could move the ball up if he wanted to.
Power on.
Badly.
On 3 dice is 42%. It's about 50.
Snake guys on the injuries. Ace deuce on the
42.
injury.
42% plus tip, so it's 50. Yeah.
42 and then 42.
Well, that's over 3/4, mate. No, that's not right.
With a reroll. 42 taking you up to 66. I was thinking about the frenzy hit on top. I always thought it was 50%.
Don't forget, guys, with the claw, mighty blow, and the piling on, it's about a 60% chance, a little bit better than a 60% chance to remove that piece, and he didn't get any of that. So that claw, mighty blow piece has only worked out, I think, what, once or twice?
He's a very naughty boy. It's not happening for him, is it?
The
In
wolf?
that instance, no, the wolf is underperforming so far.
Slightly. I mean, I wouldn't say he's really underperforming. He's just slightly underperforming. He hasn't really had many chances to do these blitzes, right? So you can't really blame him for... I think he's only had, what, 4 blitzes so far? And so he's broken armor twice. Not too bad. Thank you for the percentage, Ashertar. 66%. What did I say? 64. So there you go. I'm not too far off.
Three dice, I think, from the Crocs here. The idea being to put diving tackle on.
Knew that had to happen.
Oh,
he actually re-rolled it and failed it.
Guinness, that's
so
brave.
That is one less re-roll for the Lizard team.
Blimey, that's brave.
And that was on the blitz even.
Oh my god, that is... Wowee.
Here comes the foul, yes.
It's a foul with no assists.
Does get the armor break, and he does get... Ooh. Okay,
oh my god.
Well, mission accomplished.
Both the werewolves out. And I think this is the proper play here. When your back's to the wall, you need to do something here. And a lot of players just kind of end up not doing anything at all. But again, Guinness, he's just not afraid. I mean, he just says, you know what? I'm starting to slip. This game's starting to slip. And you know what? I'm going to make these plays to try to get back into it. And now suddenly it's only, what, 9-on-8? And the advantage has been a bit less and less. And he absolutely makes that werewolf pay for doing the piling on follow-up. I can't blame him for doing the pile on, but man, that lone foul there with no assist really worked out for Guinness.
Oh, he got paid hard, didn't he?
He absolutely did. I mean, how many times have that just not go right, man? That shouldn't have worked, but it did. Nice thing, though, is that RTSD should be able to get a lot closer to the touchdown and should be able to score by the end of the half here. But with it being down a little bit more and more on the pitch, 9-on-8.
I'm worried for RTSD now that he won't be able to hold this out until 16.
Yeah, this is going to be tough to hold it to the end of the second half.
He's going to have to give the Crocs something to play with. A zombie.
And this is also one of those things here in Blood Bowl where, okay, all things being equal, skill, the team, and everything, it just comes down to Nuffle and also your balls, all right? I mean, how much balls do you have to actually play this game and actually change it up? I mean, as you can see there, Lizard team playing conservative in the beginning, but then getting pushed back, was able to switch gears and then get these fouls off, get these hits off as well, and then make it to where he has a little bit more of a chance of getting back into the game and making it scary. I mean, look, this is not easy.
Stand.
The Crocs, Sars may be able to go and base up the case, and suddenly, where's your guy going to go except for North to get that touchdown, and suddenly you're going to give the Lizard team a whole bunch of turns to score it himself, which they can easily do with 8 Moonmouth Skink.
Why would you not do that?
Would you countenance just the risk move and blitz with the Crocs to base the ball and just go right deal with that?
I would rather see a blitz with the Saurus and then walk the Crocs in afterwards. Then you're guaranteed to knock over a cage corner. The zombie's got to be the thing that goes here. Got to be.
I think if it was me now, I would blitz with the Crocs. Or that guy.
Oh shit!
Oh my god! No,
wow.
no more rerolls for Guinness.
Wow, no more rerolls, and it's really big. But he's achieved what he wanted to do. He removed the piece, got the tackle piece, and the prehensile tail right on the ghoul.
Right, ladies and gents, let's have a little count up. I'll have a vote. We'll have RTSD or just Guinness, please. Who do we think's going to win now? I'm really worried about that reroll.
Well, I mean, moreover, I think I'm worried about the offensive possession because you can't dodge away now, right? So on the 4+ with no dodge. So a handoff has to be the case here on the ghoul. Luckily, the ghoul is in a perfect spot for the handoff. But where's he going to go afterwards, right? I mean, there's just no real safe place for him to go.
The alternative, rather than the handoff, is it could blitz the double-decker Saurus, hoping for a push, then pop him out. Bit more convoluted. I think your suggestion's statistically better.
Well, he's gonna have to hand off right to the ghoul, and then he's maybe able to put the cage. Well, he's gonna be able to do it now easily. Ooh. But moreover, look, the white now he's gonna have to dodge away from danger, right? And then after the handoff, that ghoul with sure hands, he's gonna get hit because he's in range. So he might be able to get the handoff, but that ghoul, that white is in trouble now, and we may see more removals for the Lizard team. So the ball is going to be safe, but for how much longer? Oh, this is a very, very bad position now. TSD. I'm almost daring to say that, like, if Nuffle doesn't save him now.
All right, there is actually a fairly. If everyone don't mind me pausing just for a second, there is a way out of this, which is zombie goes here, guard guy goes there, and then you just blitz through the diagonal, and then you put your ball is back. That's how you get out of this.
Okay, so after your little analysis, it appears that he's circumvented all of that.
He's going for my out, I think.
Oh yes, he is. Okay, there we go. That is exactly what he's doing.
He's also been clever and made it 3 dice, which I like.
3 die block even, so slightly better than your analysis.
Yeah, he's used different players, but yeah, ultimately he's
actually worked out. So the white is actually in an okay spot now. I mean, sure, the zombie white flesh gown are likely going to get hit, but now you don't have to worry about the ball security. You should be able to kind of go around the right side. He might actually score it too early, but I mean, at this point, just get the score.
All there. Throw the block.
Loving the Star Trek. Oh wow, no down dice on that skink. Wow.
You can see that. Do I take the both down? He hasn't got an apothecary. I could take the both down here. I wonder if I should take the both down.
Yeah, I would definitely have taken the both down there. That was both pieces a bit inconsequential, but the skink can move faster and get back into it like that. There you go. There's the first hit. No problem. Fleshy's going to go and get hit likely. And then the white.
I think we'll see a block tackle blitz on the ghoul. It'll be the next action. And then I think he might then at that point go after the white with the Croxigal.
And this should force the touchdown as well. I mean, there's just no more good places to go for that ball. Gonna luck out and just get the push here. Wow.
Oh, that's
boy,
huge.
and that is tremendous. So RTSD might be able to recover. More pushes now. Oh, good. That's if you were a Kobayashi Maru fan right now, then right there, that probably saved the ending here.
And next turn, you can stand up the zombie that's marking the Croxigore and just leave it, and then everyone else walks away. And at that point, you've then got oh dear.
And as I've said before, Guinness not afraid to do these gutsy moves and doesn't get too much out of it, but at least he does get the down die on the ghoul. Actually makes things a little bit more dicier for RTSD. Durin's a genius too, guys, but right here, I mean, you could definitely learn something from this match. If you came here looking to learn something about Blood Bowl, this is it.
3 dice. You get 3 dice. You get 3 dice on both skinks. Lose 1.
Yeah. No need to worry about the Crocs right now. Should be able to clear the cage as well and still be in range. So, I mean, he should be able to hold the ball at least one more turn.
I think he should be able to hold this out until 16 now. With only 3 Saurus on the field and him having no rerolls, the Crocs, and you can lock out the Crocs at least for the next turn. I think you're okay.
Plus, McCoy, the Golem is effectively free because the Crocs has gone all confused. So he'll come and form part of the screen stroke cage.
Optimistic. I like it. Of course, you can't do a side cage because Skinks will just, 3+3+ into the 2 red die.
Yeah, I think the ball just where it is broadly fine for me.
Well, Fash doing a bit of pro bono work, translating for Quixton. Quixton, ask away, old boy.
Indeed.
Yeah, just say stuff, man. Crixton is also a streamer, by the way. Anyone who is from Sweden, who's interested in watching a Swedish stream, do check him out. Don't like the placement of that ghoul, RTSD. You've just given him a gift of a ghoul. I don't like that. You're getting a B- from me on that one. In fact, you're getting a C.
Yeah, I mean, before it was just like, oh, who am I going to blitz? But now it's just like, here you go. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Well, and he's not caging up either. So this is kind of saying I'm not afraid of skink blitzes, and they can happen.
Anytime, Craigston. You seem like a friendly chap, so I jumped into the stream. You seem like a nice guy, so why not? Why not be nice?
Maybe we could share a tin of surströmming.
Well, let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Let's not do
that.
But
you get the sentiment, right?
Yeah. He's going for 4D. Yep.
And as you can see here, what a difference, right? No werewolves on the pitch, and it's just like a little bit of a different game here from the Necromantic team.
Yeah, I do feel as though if he hadn't got the removals early, that this would be just all Guinness.
No, 4D isn't possible. It was poetic license there, making a point.
Ghoul's going to be no worse for wear. I mean, why not? Because that's just how he rolls all game long. He's gotten blitzed down quite a number of times, but has been surviving. So now Guinness is just going to activate the pieces and hopefully get the down on this guy, and he does.
Do you know, I feel as though, I don't know what you two think, I feel as though RTSD let Guinness back in here this turn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, looking at the, oh dear, looking at all the positioning.
Uh-oh.
And that's what I'm saying, right? I mean, I said one more turn if you hold the ball. You said maybe 16, and I'm like, that's optimistic. But just, you know, the Lizard team, they have so much movement allowance, and in the last one there, I can understand RTSD wanting to screen off and just make it to where the ball was safe, but I think he should have maybe played a little bit more aggressive and just nailed down some of these players and made it to where the SARS were not able to move so easily. Now the blitz is going to have to come out on the skink, I think, just to free that. Well, you can just dodge away. Maybe just hope for the 1 in 9 to work out.
Yeah, I don't like that. Let's hope for a 1 in 9. That sounds like a really not a cool plan, doesn't it?
Well, he's screening off there, and kind of what I'm saying before is like he maybe should have used these zombies and just marked those SARS maybe in the last round instead, and then made it to where his guys can more easily outposition the Lizard team.
Yeah. So, which skink gets blitzed then? Sierra the South skink or keep on?
Yeah, I think you definitely blitzed the skink touching the ball carrier. Yeah, with the block piece, 3 die. Beautiful. Maybe hope for an armor break. Yes. Okay, great. Because those skinks will save you at the end as well. I mean, Lizard team, right? I mean, they can use them like a tier 3 team and just throw those skinks into the wind and just make these crazy stunty dodge plays into your cage and then make you work for it by the end. So right there, as you kind of saw there, he marked the ball carrier up and made it a lot more difficult. And you have to spend your blitz defensively instead of offensively.
That's got to go there then. That's got to go there.
Left side is a little bit open though.
He's throwing all his stuff in.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I was saying in the last bit was he stood away, but this time he's standing up to them and basing them up. Sure, they're gonna get hit, but you'll be able to outmaneuver them a lot easier.
It's a bit do or die at this stage, though, isn't it?
It's got to go there.
Yeah. Luckily, you got that stun on that skink.
It's got to go
so
there.
If anything, at worst, a 1-die blitz from skinks instead of a 2-die.
Yeah, the ball, you don't actually make a cage here, I feel. What you actually do is you just put it in the middle of a few players. So if he touches the ball player with anything, you can just block it off with other players. You haven't got the resource to make a 4-point cage. What he's also got to do, for me, is he's got to double tag the Croxigor to stop the Croxigor blitzing and then running around the back. Because that is a massive threat. So that other zombie, I'm afraid, is obliged to go and stand next to the Croxigor.
Well, he's actually going to sit in right there instead of go around the left side. I think this is definitely the more conservative play, and a little bit it seems a bit safer, but I think he's going to pay for it in turn 16, where not too many places to go. I think, again, what he's afraid of is maybe a bit of the luck factor where either the skinks jump away and then we get the 1-die blitz, or the SARS jumps away and gets the blitz. Because really, at this point, the Lizard team, nothing to lose. He's up 1-0, so he can make these more riskier plays by the end and try something. So RTSD just wanting to guard against some of that, going to play the more conservative approach. But in turn 16, he might find himself a little bit hard-pressed to find an easy way towards the touchdown.
Well, the Crocs basing the ball, I think, is now off the table. You can't blitz the zombie out the way and then get to the ball easily.
You know, like this. He's gonna take the ghoul down. Then afterwards, maybe get in a better spot here. All right. He might actually find a push combo to get the Sars with a 2-die block.
Should have been a Saurus skink thingy stood there.
Uh-oh.
It's 1 dice. Oh no, it's not. It's 2 uphill, isn't it? You can make it 1. No, hang on.
Oh, it's a 1-die? No, it's a 2-die. Right? Especially after this maneuver.
Well, I'm thinking he's going to take skink onto white.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, that's going to be a 2 red die right there. But no, it's going to be no. It is a
stays there.
Yeah, it's going to be a 2 red die. But I mean, a good chance at a 2-die block. Oh, lucky! Wow, nice. No rerolls for there and the KO. Nice.
But we're back again now to the 0
3, 4,
rerolls
5, 6,
required.
7,
go
1.
for it. The territory.
Whack. Get rid of.
So the opening is around the right side,
Whack.
and
Well,
can't get nuffled here.
If Gonad the skink goes down, which he has right now.
Yep.
Move the golem out
Nice
of the way.
little easy blitz from the fleshy.
Yeah, you've got this at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All you need to do now is move the block Saurus out of the way.
There we go. Nicely done. Let's get the fleshy out the way, and this is going to overtime, likely.
Yep.
But a very good defense, even with just 7 lizards, as you saw there. I mean, that's just how much this lizard team was advantaged to win this game. I mean, even with 7, he was able to put up a nice little defense. Sure, didn't really work out, but he almost got a 2-die block on the ball carrier with no skills, right? I mean, well, except for dodge, but he almost stopped this touchdown and made things a lot more difficult. RTSD pulling out the resources and able to get the tie 1-1. 16th round though.
Oh, the Wolves are back.
Wolves are back. Nice KOs.
Oh no.
Are terrible for the Lizard team though. But again, he still has the end of the second half here to get him back. But boy, what a great turn of events for the Necro. Wow.
Harsh. Vixen asked a decent question. They're a bit, the pundits are a little distracted. Oh boy, at a sec. It was a good question.
Oh.
Yeah, scroll up Vixen's.
I'll take that one.
What sort of team to play?
Okay, so I'm still working on my campaign. I will try Eternal League after that. Well, I don't know what Eternal League is. Please tell me it's not against the AI. I want a race that not everyone. Oh God! I want a race that not everyone plays and do not mind a challenge. You do please play defensively in games, build up my resources, input welcome. In that case, humans are a good starting team. They're not a team that everyone will play. They've got potential. They're definitely an underdog type team. I like those.
To be honest, to new players, I always say play dwarves because it forces you to learn to play positioning early, and it forces you to learn how to win the game slowly, because one of the most important skills that you can have in Blood Bowl is patience, and you're going to find that you're going to need a lot of it in this game. And if you can learn to score with dwarves, then you can play just about any team afterwards. And not only that, but you get the bashes on, right? And you get tackle and armor 9 so that your guys don't get out very easily. So I mean, it's just one of those things where it's all around more solid for at least a real beginner to get into the game.
I've said my piece, I'll say no more.
But Zunk says Orcs. And Orcs is also a good starting team. It's just that I think the dwarves just, you know, you start off with all these skills, and it just makes a lot. It makes for a lot better of a time, I think, for a real beginner to get started off, and then plus you can have fun with a death roller.
That needs to go there. All that.
What passes, huh?
Poor Guinness getting pooped on a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see the 3 KOs come back. However, whoever receives in the next half, if Guinness gets to receive, I think he might be able to do it with this. If RTSD gets to receive in the KOs or as they are, I would say it's almost a done deal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right now it doesn't matter at this point.
Just to go off very, very quickly on a tangent, as Vixen and Gezrad are both new to Blood Bowl, rather than play against the AI fellows, I seriously recommend check out the Rebel Rookie League. If somebody would kindly pop in a link to that, which is designed player versus player, but for new players. Really well run. And you'll get a load more out of it than playing against the AI, which is largely terrible.
And way more players to interact with. And I mean, normally some rookie leagues for other places, they end up having to fill it with veteran players because not as many recruits. But Rebo's got a lot of recruits, so you're able to really play against people who have about the same skill as you do.
If nothing else, the AI is so simplistic that you'll find that fairly quickly you can't lose, and it rapidly becomes a bit pointless. Also, the other thing that folks who use the AI as their introduction to Blood Bowl find is that it'll start embedding really terrible habits because it plays so terribly badly.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that because I started out playing against AI. So, I mean, I do get your point, but at the same time, if you're still ready to learn and you're still able to get out of these habits, then not a big deal, right?
I honestly think the AI is primarily useful for getting your head around the interface and what the rules are and what the buttons do, but beyond that, once you've got that after a couple of hours, I'd go to Rebel Rookie League.
The KO personnel continue to stay out for the Lizard team. And that is terrible. And not only that, guys. Whew. A whole bunch of Lizard team down. But the coin toss is going to go the way of the Lizard team. So he may still be able to win this one. But, oh man, if this would have been coin toss to the Necromantic team, this would be easily Necromantic team. But Lizard team's still in it. So any one of you that doesn't understand overtime period, this is going to be sudden death overtime. First person that scores it will win the game. So, of course, coin toss, an extremely important factor.
It's golden gold-tastic.
I'd actually like to see a rewrite of the way overtime is worked out, because I feel as though receiving in overtime, it's just so powerful. I didn't like Blood Bowl 1's overtime. I think that was even worse because in Blood Bowl 1, all it did was it just carried on. So if your opponent, if you received in the first half, you scored on turn 8, then you got the ball kicked to you, they scored on their turn 8, then you got given the ball back, guaranteed, you scored on turn 24, game over, done.
It turned into basketball, didn't it?
Yes.
This never-ending nightmare.
Well, then, look, I've casted Blood Bowl for 5 years now, and I have to say, I'm glad that it's not like that in Blood Bowl from Blood Bowl 1, because I have casted 4-hour matches because both teams didn't decide to do anything. They were just like, I'm going to hit you. No, I'm going to hit you. And then...
Yeah. Oh, God. Now, here's the question. Here's the money. What's your proposal for change? I'd kind of like to see another half of... you just keep going. Because when you've got no rerolls left... You can't. Things will mistakes will happen. So I'd just like to see basically another game tagged on the end. The trouble with that requirement would be that it would very heavily favour the strength teams, because removals then become a massive thing.
going for the quickie touchdown. Unfortunately, perfect defense is going to put a big no to that. And RTSD is going to be able to stop that. So Nuffle saying no. No to that. But yeah, I mean, the overtime period, I think the best thing to do maybe is kind of how the NFL does it now. You let both teams have a possession, but you limit it down to either 4 or 5 turns for each side. And if you're unable to score it in 4 turns, 5 turns, then the other side gets it. I say 4 turns just to make it even. So 4 turns each for both sides on their offense. If one side does score it, then the other side still has a chance to score it into overtime. And then, you keep going until somebody can't score it anymore. But if both sides doesn't score it, then they just go into the penalty kickoffs, as they do now, and then that's it.
Yeah, I think actually 4 turns might be quite good because it splits the difference. Strength teams which have got the advantage of attrition now have to rush a little bit. That makes a lot of sense. And so if you were a Wood Elf team, for example, take the game we saw earlier today. I know none of the KOs came back, but that would actually 4 turns for a Wood Elf team to score. Yeah, all right. 4 turns for an Orc team, much harder. But the Orc teams had the advantage of the attrition, so I like that. 4 and 4. That's a really good idea.
You're welcome, guys. You heard it here. VGP. No. Yeah, I mean, 4 turns is so bad for the dwarves. I mean, that's just kind of the only thing, right? I mean, but
Don't play dwarves. Don't play dwarves. I like that actually. Don't play dwarves. Yes.
Well, I'm not saying there's going to be any perfect fix, but I mean, it's just one of those things where that's something to consider instead of what we have now. Because, yeah, I mean, whoever wins the coin toss has a real chance of winning the game outright. But Guinness does have to play down 4 guys against a full 11 of the Necro.
I think Guinness was hoping for the quick score opportunity, which the perfect defence has completely thwarted. But the real problem that he faces is if he doesn't get it done quick. Mighty Blowwolf is now back on the pitch, and the attrition's probably going to go one way if it's with even luck, isn't it?
Well, and even more so now. Earlier in the game, Lizard team had the full complement to guard against the piling on Mighty Blow, but of course the Werewolf has free reign now, so there's just no way you can get frenzy traps going. There's just no way that you can keep your guys getting blitzed down, and as we have noted before, 66% chance for removal, quite high with piling on Mighty Blow and Claw.
In other words, you're saying that little Jimmy the Wolf is off the leash. Yeah.
He's going to become a little terror, isn't he? Little Jimmy's going to become a terror, and no one wants to see that. Nobody. He's an absolute menace to himself and to society in general.
Yeah, and with no rerolls as well. I mean, Necromantic team has 2. So even if the Lizard team is unable to force the ball, he's not in any hurry. He's got +2 to the overtime penalty kicks, period. So at this point, Lizard team kind of has to just lay it all out there and just let Nuffle just say, you know what? Here you go. Here's the win, or here's the loss. He can't just sit back because he will just get murderized.
Yeah. PS 359 had an interesting question. He said, or they said, oh dear, what happens at the end of overtime if it's still 1-1? What happens there is that both teams roll a d6, and then they each add their re-rolls to it, and whoever rolls the highest number wins. So it's a roll-off.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and if you ever get into that situation, you see the big blinking re-roll sign, it doesn't matter if you click it or not. And that's taken directly from the developer.
Okay, step.
So at this point here, Necro has so many options. That's why you see the deer in the headlights. It's like, oh boy,
Step,
do I go get the ball? Do I go
blitz,
blitz down the stars like I was going to do before? Or do I want to get the croc score?
I think you've got to just put a shitload of tackle zones on the ball. It's just a question of which Saurus do you blitz down, and I really hope that you don't use the Mighty Blow piling on Wolf at this point. Because you don't need to. Just use the Tackle Wolf.
And there we go. Take him down, yeah, because you don't want to get 1 and 9, and that's the point that Andy's making here, is that you don't want to get 1 and 9 on this blitz.
No, this has to work. And I mean, the stun Saurus is very beneficial anyway. So
right,
that was win all the way. Happy with that.
This might be the end of the defense of the crown, but it's still not over yet. I mean, Skinks, 8 move allowance, Stunty, they can bail you out of more situations than not, but as I've always said, Skinks unreliable at best.
Yeah, so it's now a 5+ to pick the ball up, which isn't insane. I know you've got a no reroll, but that's not. It's possible.
Sometimes you just gotta.
Yeah, and at this point, zombies go mark all the Saurus.
Yeah.
Ghoul. I mean, just. I mean, heck, even the Ghoul can go and mark the Saurus. Why not? You know, at this point, you got players to spare, and it's going to be ending up the werewolf picking up the ball and going the other way with it. I think.
Yeah, you've got to make this 7. You've got to make this a 6+ pickup. That Ghoul has to go stand there.
He's going to play safety instead, but that zombie and this zombie is going to go move
Tag.
right on top of the Saurus, I think.
Double GFI.
Okay, Flesh Golem, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right, though. The Ghoul needs to run down there with the Seer Hands, but he didn't.
I think it's the other Ghoul can go and stand directly behind the ball, which makes the pickup a 6+. What you've got to do though is you've got to triple tag out that Saurus with Tackle, so he can't throw easy assists. I would have put the guard Saurus, sorry, the guard Flesh Golem into the square diagonally up and to the left of my other Flesh Golem. 1, it tags out the Skink, and 2, it's applying guard to the Saurus.
Oh, he's actually going to put it in front of the ball with the 2 GFIs. Risky, but I love it.
Okay.
And now there's the marks coming up. Love that.
What are you going to do with the other? What are you going to do with the other zombie? For me, that zombie could be tagging out this Saurus, and that would give you your Flesh Golem back. Don't re-roll this. Let that go. Let it go. Let it go.
Let it go. Oh, injury, but that's okay. I mean, it doesn't matter. That like the ball. He probably shouldn't even needed to do the GFI, but unfortunately he did. But that's okay. I mean, whatever. The position is dominating for the Necromantic team, and Nuffle can only save the Lizard team now. He needs to get the blitz on one of these guys to hit him into the ball, and hope like crazy the scatter works out. But
So-
there's no easy blitz.
Let's flip it around from Guinness's point of view. So how would you call this?
Yeah, he's just pointing out GFI stands for get fucked immediately.
This is at this point you just need to move the Skinks, maybe 1 die block on the Ghoul for the scat. No, you can't do that either because you need the Skink to pick it up. Oh boy, this is tough. This is why Lizard team right here falls short, right? Because 1 agility for everyone else except for the Skinks, and if you're down a couple of Skinks like you see here, it's I think he's just gonna have to do a 2 red die blitz with the Skink. I think that's it.
I
Yeah.
can't say anything better than that.
He needs the other Skink to pick the ball up and then run like he's got his balls on fire.
Yeah.
So there you go, 2 red die. It's unhappy choice, but one that he has to be made, and that is it. I mean, this is GG.
Oh, boy,
so
no.
this is the only way now is if Nuffle returns the favor and gives RTSD some huge Nufflings. But of course, with the ball pickup or the blitzes or anything like that, he's gonna use the reroll for sure.
Three dice. Oh no, you make that 3 dice. You make that 3 dice there, because if you remove the last Skink, he's then picking the ball up with an agility 1 player. So, and you could have made that 3 dice with very little effort.
Oh, look at that. He actually dropped him in the wrong spot. so the Saurus is going to get hit into the
Source is
ball.
going on the bull, yeah.
RTSD,
you know,
I think small mistake.
They've been at this for a couple of hours. They're going to be tired mentally terrained at this stage. So.
Understandably, though, I mean, that skink is armor broken, and so it's a bit of a celebratory hit. But I mean, you don't want Nuffle to Nuffle you, and these small mistakes you can't make even at this stage of the game. Guinness is still a dangerous player. Luckily, he gets the defender stumbles, so he's gonna get bailed out.
Oh
wow!
Never rains, does it?
Yep, there we go. Might as well give it to him. And this is gonna be a nice little easy pickup. Might as well give it to the guy that
he's got it.
Should have won you the game.
So for straw poll relevance, by the way, he's caused no casualties, but hasn't been killed. One. Oh, he's caused one, has he? Oh,
yeah, one. Caused one and a KO, but not two like the straw poll has suggested.
Or three.
That's it. That is absolutely it. The best he can do is base the ball.
Yeah.
On a 5+ dodge, 2 dice blitz, double go for it.
Yeah. And that's it. GG. And, I've always said before, to beat Guinness, you almost have to have Nuffle on your side to do it, and it was definitely partially that, but also great plays from RTSD. I mean, he was able to continue to keep his guys in the right positioning so that he can get the nice little touchdowns by the end, and able to
run it in. This is someone who. What? It's game over when you score.
Somebody tell RTSD to score it.
No. This is we shouldn't say anything. He's star player point farming. Yeah, maybe that's what he's doing.
You don't earn any star player points.
Why didn't he score it? He should score it. Wow. I think RTSD doesn't know that this is sudden death overtime.
You don't earn star player points in overtime.
No, he's just killing stuff. He should just run it in.
I mean, it's possible because a lot of people haven't played overtime enough. I don't know. I'm not sure what this is all about here. I guess there's no danger. But yeah.
So did they change it?
No.
Because you didn't used to earn star player points in overtime.
No, before when you got the casualty in Blood Bowl 1, you would get KOs instead.
Yeah, but you just didn't get any star player points. If you passed the ball in.
Back in the earlier editions, you did get star player points, but they changed that because people were farming. So McNaughton here says that RTSD knows exactly what he is doing. So okay, that's fine by me.
I'd be surprised. Hello, Curmudgeon. How you doing? Baz, yeah, I know it's Rez, man. I've been watching, haven't I? Even I've clocked that. Cheers, Baz. Cheers, Baz.
Sorry, this is Rez. What? When did that happen?
Yeah, this is Rez, so not a big deal.
He wants a pitch clear. Maybe he does.
Well, at this point, though, this will definitely force the touchdown here, I think.
Good evening, Michael. We are up late, but we're covering the quarterfinals.
And indeed, RTSD has made all the Europeans stay up just slightly longer, but in the end, wins it 2-1. As my 2 predictions for today has been 100%. You're welcome, guys. VG Pierce knows things.
What are the Sleets Lockery numbers, mate?
A well fought here from Guinness. I mean, like I said before, 7 guys able to make that defense effort so much more difficult in the second half. I mean, that just attests to his positional ability and just how dangerous a coach he really is. But Unfortunately, only one can go through. The KOs favoring RTSD. And not only that, but a couple of things fell the way of RTSD. The throw rock. I mean, just one of those things. Blood Bowl. I mean, that's why we play it. You never know what's going to happen. Every game that I've casted, I mean, I've probably casted hundreds, almost thousands of games. And it's just one of those things where, I mean, just you're going to be in for a ride every single time.
Would we like to interview the participants?
Yes.
Please welcome the defeated quarterfinalist. Hey man, dude, harsh.
There isn't a delay. Well, Guinness just collects his thoughts. I'm just going to quickly run through the dice logs. First thing worth pointing out is that RTST, you naughty boy, you did get some quite fortunate dice log knockdowns here. Just looking through this, you had 14 and 15, 3 pages of knockdowns. I only rolled 10 and 9 of the nasty ones. In comparison, Guinness did roll 20 skulls and 13 both downs, but only got 10 and 7 stumbles and pows respectively. So in the block dice war, I definitely think that they favoured the Necro. Let's have a quick look at the D6. D6 is a bit more muddied because when you roll KOs and armor rolls and stuff, they come into your D6 pool, so it's not as easy to look at. 18 armor breaks to 5. That really does tell a story. Good game, very entertaining. Congratulations to RTSD and commiserations to Guinness. Guinness, are you wanting to give us any thoughts on that?
I would like to say, first of all, that last year I got called a filthy lucker, and this is proof that I am a filthy lucker, because I made it to top 8 again.
No, shut up.
Sure,
shut up.
The dice didn't work out. Now, VGP has been mean to me, and we're just going to leave it at that. We are no longer friends. He's not here to me. I have muted him in the channel. It's he's a great guy for the community, and I think you guys should all support him on that point. Like, he has been great for Blood Bowl 2, so give him your best. Andy Davo has made an excellent stream, inviting the competitors in, making it a big deal. And Jimmy has streamed a lot. I got a lot of support this year, and I wanted to say thank you to everybody. I had a great time. It was amazing. This game hurt. I drank a lot, so it was great. But yeah, I have absolutely zero complaints. It was a lot of fun. RTSD is a buddy of mine from BBT, so I'm glad to see somebody go on. And this is kind of one of those everything happened last year, and it'll all happen again. 2 Canadians made it. 1 Canadian washed out. 1 American's in. 2 Euros. It's exactly the same thing as last year, or last World Cup. But yeah, no, I had a great time. Thank you so much for having me on the show and letting me co-host. Thank you to Azus Republic of Gamers for giving us prizes. Thank you to Focus for organizing this. Thank you to everybody who watched the quote-unquote from one of the people who was chatting in one of the streams, positively glacial matches where I took a lot of time. So today was a heck of a lot easier. Just yeah. Usually there's 3 of my friends who don't play Blood Bowl at all, really. They own the game so they can watch it, but they don't play it. We just sit there and drink and talk so I don't tilt. But yeah, one of them is like, so I don't understand this game. Can you explain it to me? And I said, sure, this is the reason I'm doing this, and this is the reason I'm doing this. It's actually really cool. So shout out to my buddy Tana, who hung out with me tonight, even though he was at work and not supposed to be. Hopefully that doesn't get you in trouble. But otherwise, yeah, thank you so much for everybody. Somebody did PM me over Steam and told me that Fashbinder was in stream, so thank you, Fashbinder, one of those people who comes out and supports me, even though you stream a lot less than you do, / not at all. But, I mean, everybody in the World Cup this time has been great. There's been some rough dice for some players. I really felt like even at the end I had a chance, but I made a poor choice of trying to pick up the ball before moving another skink up, and it bit me. So, poop happens. Like, yeah, so thanks, everybody. By the way, total kudos to Zunk, because I really had an enjoyable time talking with him yesterday on Discord chat.
Hey, man. Commiserations, old son. It's
Oh,
turned out to be
please.
a loser.
I am totally relaxed now. I can actually go to work on
he said that
Tuesday
he
and
has
not have to
muted
worry
me.
about taking a cab back home.